Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another movie review. Recently I went to the cinema and I saw Ides of March starring Ryan Gosling and and George Clooney. I almost said Tom Hanks, I don't know why, but yeah, Tom Hanks is too good for something like this, but this is a very unusual, unsettling, and disturbing film from the get-go, and it's basically about greed, corruption, um, manipulation, and man's capability to be cruel. Oh, if you're wondering where I got this, Dad took me out to eat at Panera, and they were giving out little temporary tattoos for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so but anyway, back to my original topic. The film itself was extremely unnerving and very uncomfortable. Uh, the first part of the film was kind of boring and left quite a bit to be desired. I thought, when is it going to pick up momentum? Is anything actually going to happen? And a lot of things are insinuated, which is actually very clever for George to do, because he directed it, which I didn't know, but he and Leonardo DiCaprio, strange bedfellows at least, directed this film together. And granted, it is an interesting movie. I don't think it's a perfect film. Now, God forgive me, everybody's gonna think, oh, it's George Clooney, and he's extremely handsome and charismatic and intelligent. Yeah, this is true. He is, but Ides of March leaves a little bit to be desired, and I give it at least 3 stars and 2 thumbs up. I mean, it's an enjoyable. Well, I really shouldn't say enjoyable. It's more tense than anything else, and it's just kind of, it shows humanity at its worst and politics for what it truly is, which it is a really harsh business. It's not for pansies, and if you are a weakling, then tough for you, because you're going to get trampled in the process, and you can't trust anybody. That's the whole purpose, central focus of the film itself, and it's very unsettling, especially considering what's going on right now, and it points to a lot of candidates we had in the past and candidates we're having now, and just with the election coming up. And I will be watching very, very closely to see what occurs, because we've seen this happen before, and art imitates life. So it just gives me pause, and it really makes me think. This is a movie that'll get into your head, and I think it only requires one viewing. It's really disturbed me, and it's definitely a lot to give you fodder to discuss in groups, and just think about the whole impact of how greed has taken over our judicial system and government in general, and how corrupt it is. And the question comes to mind, would we be better under anarchy, or should we just keep it the way it is, or should it be changed in some way, shape, or form? Should we have a revolution? Viva la revolution! Sorry, I shouldn't say that, but it's just a little bit of me that's a revolutionary. But I personally would like to see things change, and I would never want to get involved in politics, because I just don't think I would be suited for it. I can't lie to save my life, and I don't like manipulating people. I don't like trampling over people just to get what I want, and this is the way a lot of politicians are. They literally gnaw at each other just to get their position in office. And then there's another part. It sort of made me wonder. I was thinking about Sasha and Malia, the Obama girls. Um, I was wondering, what do they see behind the scenes when Daddy Dearest isn't on camera, and it just makes you wonder. They don't go into that in the film, but you see Mike's wife. There's Mike Morris, and then you have his candidate manager, who is his brain trust and running the show, as it were. Then you have another guy behind him telling him what to say. So it's who is whose puppet and who's being controlled by whom. It's just, it really distorts your understanding of what is truth. And yeah, I could go into a whole existential talk here, and just the whole idea of control, but I'm not going to, because I would be here all night long, and I'm not going to do that. But this movie will definitely mess with your brain, and it's very intriguing, and also very just unsettling, to say the least. And it just I was thinking about this, and I was horrified. I was actually appalled and disgusted, and I thought how atrocious and abysmal we are as human beings. Shouldn't we have more dignity than to actually throw ourselves in this kind of situation where everybody's in contention with everybody else, and we're all tooth and nail, and it's just so animalistic and brutal and barbaric. And what is this? Is this the age of Neanderthal? Or, I'm not going to go into that, but I'm sorry, I just had to vent a little bit. This movie got under my collar, and a lot of things don't really do that, but this movie really did. And I think it's worth looking at if you like George Clooney, because he's a character that you learn to love to hate, and you just think, you son of a bitch, and you just want to slap him. And but there are a lot of people who get into that position, and they're all high and mighty, and they think that they can do whatever they want because they have power. And that's another focus of the movie itself. And then I'm going to go into background music, which was done by Andre Desplat, which I love Andre Desplat. He's just fantastic. I recognized his style right away. Usually he does films that are more child friendly, and I was really happy to see him lending his artistic talent to a movie of this caliber. And he's a genius. I adore Andre Desplat. As far as cinematography goes, I think that this might get an Oscar for cinematography, because there were a lot of shots that were done in the dark, and made you think of the obscurity of humanity. It was kind of a metaphor for that. And then the silhouette upon the flag, and you thought, he's in the darkness. He doesn't want to be seen, and he's ashamed of himself, and there were a lot of moments that had no music, and just this awkward silence, this pregnant pause, and it just made you sort of anxious, and it's really tense. And it's just a very unusual, weird movie, and it really gives you a lot to ponder. So I would highly recommend it, but I will only recommend it for one viewing, because I am seriously disturbed, and I am very I know I'm not a worrier. I'm usually a glass half full type of person, but I'm hoping come November things will start to settle, because as far as I can see now, people like you and I who are alert to these sort of things, we need to pay attention. That's all I can say. So stay awake, keep your eyes open, and expect everything, because this is going to be a year that I believe will be quite revealing, and probably the most unreal, unbelievable, bizarre year we have ever seen in the history of our human race. So watch and see. That's all I can say.